This is News 6 Tonight.
Hey, welcome to News 6 Tonight. Glad to have you with us. My name's Matt Austin. We have Jarrell Baker, an excellent community correspondent here at News 6, filling in for Ginger tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes he regales us, if you're lucky, with his singing voice. We'll maybe see if we have time for that later.
Lean on me.
Oh, I like it.
When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
I don't even think I need to be here anymore, Jarrell. That was amazing. Thank you very much. See, he didn't want to tease you with it. I was going to tease you with it. He just gives you the goods.
Might as well.
Also, he was out. You've been reporting all over the place. We're going to
Yeah.
have one of your reports about Jerry Demings.
Yeah.
The worst kept secret in Central Florida.
Worst kept secret in Central Florida. So if you didn't know, which you probably do, he is running for governor. He announced it just this week, and I was there. There's several people that were there, dozens of people, well, hundreds, over 100 people that were there as well too. His family, Val Demings, was there, introduced him.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll chat about that coming up in a little bit and show a little piece of your story.
Right.
You were also out at EDC.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Electric Daisy Carnival
I've
before
been
today?
outside the Electric Daisy Carnival, and I think that's enough that I need right there. That's all full things.
Okay, I was driving past it on the 408, and I looked. And this is middle of the day. This is about 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
All I could see were cheeks. Does anybody wear pants?
I ain't gonna lie. Like my story today, that's majority of my time has been looking to make sure those cheeks are not on air. Because the FCC, I don't need no problems with that. But like, it's out there.
Yeah. Crack kills for FCC licenses, so we don't want any of that in there. But I'm sure the kids at EDC are having a good time.
Yeah, man, have fun. Be safe.
I'm way too old for that. Please be safe. Yeah,
No,
crazy. It seems like my nightmare.
Oh yeah.
But we had some interesting stories today. I want to talk about first the fact that Florida politicians are hoping to make our state the autonomous vehicle capital of the U.S.
Yeah.
Probably competing with California in this regard, I would say. But
yeah.
they're trying to give freedom to companies as a way to maybe expand tech jobs and possibly at the end of it all to make the roads a little safer. So our community correspondent, Angie Casada, she went to this expo today, which showed off a bunch of this new tech and where's Florida
that's
hoping
pretty awesome
to go. So let's take a look at that.
After 3 days of testing, talking, and taking autonomous rides, the FAV Summit is wrapping up at Champions Gate. And organizers say Florida is ready to shift from pilot projects to full-scale deployments. Former state senator Jeff Brandes knows firsthand the potential.
The 23 million residents and 150 million tourists make Florida the perfect state for the deployment of these technologies. So whether it be electric vertical takeoff and landing, which we're talking about, or self-driving vehicles, Florida is going to be the key hub for that conversation.
From self-driving shuttles and delivery vehicles to electric rides and connected road tech, companies from around the country showcased how automation can make communities safer, faster, and more accessible. Yeah, guys, check this out. There's no hands on the wheel. We're actually riding in one of the autonomous shuttles showcased here at the summit, and leaders say this is the goal, technology that blends into everyday life, so your morning commute could look a lot more like this.
We feel like seeing is believing. We want people to experience the future of public transportation, being able to sit in our car, listen to this great welcome music, experience a static ride. That's going to really put people over the edge to understand what we're trying to envision.
So I know a lot of people watch these stories and they think to themselves, I am never going to trust a car to drive me anywhere. And I think that's reasonable to think. But in reality, I think if you had asked somebody in the 1900s if they would ever take an airplane, they would have said, are you psychotic? You're going to put me in a metal tube, go 600 miles an hour
That's true.
across the sky from LA to New York? That'll never happen. So I think this will be inevitable. I don't know if you've been in a car that's self-driving before, Jarrell.
Not yet. I want to try it too because like many people, I saw iRobot with Will Smith. I don't know what his problem was because I was like, that's pretty cool to be able to have a car that can drive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm all for it in that situation.
Yeah, I have a Tesla, and every so often they give you the full self-driving just to try it, to try to get you to buy it. I never buy it, and it is scary. I don't like it driving for me, but I think by the time it gets better, especially with artificial intelligence these days, things are gonna really ramp up, and it's gonna get good eventually. And I look forward to the day where I don't really have to focus on my.
I agree with that. We just need to take baby steps right now.
Yes, we don't need to rush.
Yeah, because now thinking about it, getting on I-4, It's,
I would be very happy if the other drivers used a robot instead of themselves.
you
There's a
know,
lot of
that's
drivers
true.
out there who
There's
freak
some
me out
that
every
need
day.
to be required to use that.
Yeah, they just are on their phone anyway. One of the fascinating things from this conference that she didn't touch on a whole lot, I heard former Senator Jeff Brandes mention it, is they have an actual plan to bring flying cars to I-4. They're planning to fly from a pad in Auburndale they know where it's going to launch. They
Yeah.
haven't really figured out where it's going to land. This is supposed to happen by the end of next year, Jarrell.
If anybody has ever played a video game, I mean, this is a dream come true. Hearing that flying cars are coming up here, because I think it's crazy knowledge, but I think the Jetsons are set to place in 2060, like in the 2060s. So we got a few more years to get up to those flying cars. We need to start
Can
now.
do it. But the flying cars we always talk about are really just airplanes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The other big story today that was huge talker in Central Florida, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, yeah.
Moving to Orlando
Mhm.
for 1 year,
Yeah.
ending a little more red tape, but it seems like this might actually happen. So during the 2027 season, the Jags will be building a $2 billion stadium where they are right now. They need to play some home games somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it was between us and Gainesville. I had a pretty good feeling about it from the beginning.
Same here, because I
Seems like
remember.
Orlando has more infrastructure.
Because I remember when I reported on it originally, when the decision was making happen, and one of the things they pointed out was a friendly atmosphere. You got a lot of things that's going on here. No knock to Gainesville and stuff like that, but it just seems like Orlando just has a lot of stuff to do in this area.
This is true. And I could see some Jacksonville Jaguars season ticket holders heading over to Orlando for the games. It's a pretty easy trip. Our community correspondent, Laverne McGee, has the details on this possible transition.
I'm in downtown Orlando right now. That's Camping World Stadium off in the distance. And Orlando City Commissioner Shan Rose tells News 6 that it looks like the Jacksonville Jaguars will be playing there in the 2027 season. I'm Laverne McGee for News 6, and we talked to her about what those plans look like.
We just got the word that the Jaguars have decided to move forward with coming to Orlando. So next is to go to NFL.
The temporary move comes as the Jacksonville Jaguars' home field, Everbank Stadium, prepares for a massive $2 billion renovation. That project is forcing the team to find a new home for the 2027 season. And Orlando will be ready. Camping World Stadium is undergoing its own $400 million transformation. The ambitious makeover will expand seating to 65,000 fans, add premium suites, and wrap the stadium in a striking new metallic exterior. Construction teams will be racing to complete new upper bowls and modernize amenities by summer 2027, just in time for the Jags' arrival.
What separates us from Gainesville, because that was our competitor, is that we're family friendly. And so like the players can just come with their family, they can enjoy. It's more to Orlando than just coming to the game.
In Orlando, Laverne McGee, News 6.
So when she says family friendly, I think Gainesville is family friendly. I don't think she's saying that's dangerous or anything
Correct.
like that. I think
Exactly.
she's just saying you have Disney, you have probably
Right.
more activities to do with the children. So I'm curious, would you go? Would you head to
Oh,
a game?
100%. You know, I'd be a temporary Jacksonville Jaguars fan, especially when they play the Buccaneers, if they play the Buccaneers during that season. But I mean,
You said
I think,
especially when they play the Buccaneers, you'll be a Jaguars fan?
oh, 100%. Well, no,
'Cause you-
you're right.
you
right.
like
you're
the
right.
Buccaneers.
I like the Buccaneers.
You will not
I'll
be
go.
a
I will go there then. But I think that, you know, something nearby, it would be great for people from Orlando. When it comes to that distance, you know, you want to come anywhere to support your team and stuff like that. I think it'd be great for, you know, just especially for that season.
I'll be curious if they have a deal for season tickets for people who live in Orlando.
Yeah.
Game right there at the Citrus Bowl. I think it would be a blast to be able to have some NFL football here for a whole season.
Oh, yeah.
It'll give us a taste. I know some people in the newsroom are saying, I hope that maybe that we just get to keep them. I
Yeah.
think that $2 billion
That's true.
stadium, they're
Yeah.
probably going to be committed to for some
I
time.
kind of feel like that's a lot of money to put in there.
So we started talking off the top about the worst kept secret in politics in Central
Yeah.
Florida. We were all stunned to find out that Jerry Demings had his launch party. He is going to be running for governor this year. You covered that today, Drew.
Exactly. Yeah. So yesterday when I covered there, I was there at the rally. His wife introduced him. His kids were there, and they said this is something that's been a long time coming. You know, he was the first black chief of police here in Orlando. He was also the first black sheriff that was in the Orange County area. And, you know, now after being the Orange County mayor after years, now he's actually taken that launch. A couple of things that he kind of mentioned when he was up there was that, he was kind of tired of the political division, and that's definitely something that he wants to go voting against. And also, he wants to kind of end the wage gap, especially for those low income earners, because as you know, rent has been going up. Doesn't like it's slowing down anytime soon. So he wants to figure out those problems as well too. Also, he was taking some shots at some of his political candidates, one being Byron Donalds, talking about his years of experience versus Byron. Yeah, it was interesting to see him in that light because normally we see calm Jerry, but this one definitely fired up.
Really, he was
excited.
fired up for that.
Oh, exactly.
Do, do we have? I think we have Jarrell's story from
Yeah.
today. Let's take a look at that.
Over 100 people cheering Thursday night as Val Demings introduced her husband, Jerry Demings, as he officially announced his bid to be Florida's next governor, walking out to the Shaft theme song at his first rally in Orlando.
Now, I'm running to be the next governor of the great state of Florida.
The Orange County mayor filed for governor last week. Now, during his speech, he tapped into frustrations about the cost of living crisis in the state and the ongoing political division. He also called out state leaders, including Governor Ron DeSantis and Chief Financial Officer Blaise Ngolia, who accused Orange County, under Demings' leadership, of overcharging taxpayers through his Doge audit.
Call me woke. I don't know what they mean by woke. It's the opposite of sleep. But after nearly 4.5 decades of dedicated, unblemished public service, they woke me up.
He joins a race with several frontrunners known statewide, including Democratic candidate David Jolly, who spoke with News 6 this week.
I wish Jerry Demings well. He has had a very distinguished and long career.
After the rally, Demings also took aim at one of his opponents, Byron Donalds.
Byron Donalds has never been a crisis manager or leader. He has never worked at this granular level, from being a beat cop to where I'm sitting today.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to see. I've watched Jerry Demings do speeches for more than a decade now.
Yeah.
And I was interested to see it because it seems like, I don't know how to explain this, but when people go from, he's been a very successful politician here in Central Florida.
Correct.
It would be another level to win the governor's race. And one thing that he's been critiqued on over the years is his energy. You know, he can be when you meet him and talk to him, he's a very laid back, easy to talk to guy. But when you're on stage, much like when we're up here on the anchor desk, you have to have that energy. He looks like he's maybe gotten a little coaching.
Yeah.
And his speech was much more fiery, much more lively than I've seen from him in the past.
Well, if you ever heard his wife speak, that's probably who his coach was, because the way she introed him there, I mean, it was really good to see all that energy. But I think this is a bigger stage for him. I know he understands what he's up against because we asked him questions, because very well known here in Central Florida, but David Jolly, Byron Donalds are known statewide. So I think that extra energy is making sure that he gets his name out there, and at the same time, people understand who he is. So, like you said, he woke up,
and I think he's usually pretty centrist, which is what Democratic politicians might be wanting to put forward, as the state has been leaning Republican for the last decade or more.
Exactly.
All right, we are going to take a quick break, and we're going to take a look at another political story when we come back, about one candidate who lost by quite the wide margin, who says they want to recount. They don't like the way this election turned out.
They just don't agree.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, and he got the latest from the sheriff just a little while ago, I think. So we'll make sure we have that for News 6 tonight. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We know you're busy, but news doesn't stop, and neither do we.
That's right. And this is News 6 Tonight, where we leverage this entire busy newsroom with our community correspondents, our producers, our content desk, and then we filter through that. We have a casual conversation about the news that impacts Central Florida.
Yeah, we live here in the community, and we rely on you for our neighborhood network, because you're our eyes and ears as well, and we can't do it without you.
So you can watch us all over the place: YouTube, News 6 Plus app, and clickorlando.com. While you're here, feel free to engage. Let us know who you are and where you're from.
All right, results are in. We had a lot of elections that happened here on Tuesday. One of the biggest races was the District 5 race where Commissioner Shan Rose, who was the interim commissioner, actually now won it outright and was named the winner of that district, defeating former Commissioner Regina Hill and Luana Gelzer by 52% of the vote. Now, shortly after that, that's where our story kind of begins right here. So the votes came in on Tuesday showing that Rose beat Hill by at least 20 percentage points. Now, Hill addressed supporters saying that she wanted a recount in Florida. The candidate can't call for a recount, but 2 days later, Hill visited the Orange County Supervisor of Elections office and asked during Friday's meeting, and basically told her that she didn't think the race was fair. Now, a day later, she told News 6 that she repeated it in front of a board and that she believes that Rose engaged in illegal ballot harvesting, solicitation, and improper handling of mail-in voting ballots. Now, while Hill presented a sworn statement and also claimed that a witness, Rose's campaign representative, was engaging in ballot harvesting, she provided no concrete evidence, at least from what we've seen and what she's presented about those findings and how she believes about that. So it's one of those situations where seems like she's definitely heated about that loss.
It's a bit hard to make that argument when you lose by 20 points.
Yeah.
Not 20 votes, 20 points. Our community correspondent, Mike Valenti, spoke. He was at her rally press conference today.
Yeah.
I'm News 6's Mike Valenti, your Orlando community correspondent, and Orlando's canvassing board on Friday certified the results of that race. But Hill is not backing down. That's despite the fact that current city commissioner Shan Rose defeated Hill by nearly 20 percentage points. Obviously, there has been a lot of mistrust in elections over the last several years. Do you worry that you may be contributing to a climate of misinformation and disinformation?
I'm not concerned about other elections. I'm concerned about the integrity of District 5's race.
The former commissioner, who was removed from office last year after she was arrested and charged in connection to the alleged exploitation of an elderly woman, claims she, Regina Hill, was the victim of a rigged election. In an exclusive interview with us before the canvassing board meeting, and again during the meeting, Hill pointed to a sworn statement signed by someone
in collecting ballots for interim Commissioner Rose and signing those ballots,
claiming they witnessed a representative of the Rose campaign engaging in illegal ballot harvesting. Yet Hill has not provided evidence of that apparent ballot harvesting actually unfolding. She also made claims regarding illegal solicitation, and she raised suspicions about voting by mail in this election.
To my neighbors, supporters across District 5, this isn't about rivalry. This isn't about sore losing. This is about right and wrong.
So her detractors would say you didn't lose because of ballot harvesting. You probably lost because of all the bad press she's been getting. She was accused of taking advantage of an elderly one. She's still charged in that case, which still has to play out in court. She hasn't, been convicted of anything, but definitely not a good look for a politician. We'll see what happens. That's a pretty big point spread.
That's true. I mean, those recounts, that's a very wide margin to make up with a recount.
Yes, this is very true. Jarrell, have you ever had one of those days at work where everything was just falling into your lap? You know, maybe you're going out for a story and then just the perfect story happens. And then, you get the perfect interview.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
Maybe like once a year.
You feel really good at this. Yeah, once a year, just everything comes together easily. Well, deputies in Indian River County had that experience when a suspected car thief just fell right into their laps.
Wow.
Take a look. Oh, he's covered in insulation. Apparently, he was in his socks. And
man!
So the deal was, this guy, they were hunting him dangling there. I should not be laughing. I'm sorry, but he's accused of stealing a truck, and he was unloading some wood, and they made their presence known, and so he barricaded himself inside this residence. And to hide, he went into the attic. But Jarrell, have you ever been in the attic?
Yeah.
You got to walk on the studs,
Exactly.
my man.
Because if you don't, you'll be just like this guy.
You
And
take one wrong move.
yeah, clearly he did take that wrong move. Made it a short day at the office for them. Oh, man. Yeah.
Nice and easy. That's 37-year-old Keith Rogers, by the way, hitting the ground. Deputies say he was spotted buying some lumber in Sebastian with that stolen truck, and they hunted him down pretty quick. There's a picture of him right on the side of your screen. He's seen better days.
I bet you they wish that every arrest would just happen.
I know. Just fall
Just right off the ceiling.
into our arm. Just grab him by the ankle.
There you
Right,
go.
Just like that. All right, let's get you over to our weather. We have Jonathan Kegas, our meteorologist, who's been really doing well for us. Our temperatures have been fluctuating a little bit these days. Today, I was surprised at how warm it got. I shouldn't have been because you told me it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But we've been treated to those perfect days, and this was a little warmer.
Yes. Yeah, and we're going to see that continue for the weekend. And then I think people are going to be complaining that it's too cold outside once we get to Monday, especially Monday night into Tuesday morning. That blast of colder air, it's on the map, guys. It is working its way into the northern tier of the country right now. You see the divide in the temperatures, that blue that's starting to creep into northern Minnesota, northern North Dakota right now. That is the starting. That is the leading edge of our cold air mass. It will be here by early Monday morning. Now, before that gets here, it does have the opportunity to bring a few strong thunderstorms on Sunday. We're going to talk about that. We're going to have the timeline on that, and we are going to talk about the crazy ride in the temperature department from Sunday afternoon, when we're talking near record warmth, to then near record cold coming in on Tuesday morning, guys. It's going to be a wild ride.
You had told us days ago that we could see a difference in 50 degrees. Is it still in that area, more or less?
I think right around there, it could even be a couple degrees more than that, like 50-degree drop in 50 hours from like 86 to 36 in terms of the how it feels outside with the wind chill.
That's wild. That is
Crazy.
the biggest change we've seen in
Yeah.
a very long time.
That's a big drop.
Yes, it is.
Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas. Check him out. He'll have all the weather details for you coming up at 9:30, the show, in which you can write in, you can type in, ask him questions.
Yeah.
How's it going to be in my backyard tomorrow,
There you
Jonathan?
go.
I know he loves that one. You can talk to him about that coming up. Hey, coming up after the break, we are going to we're going to watch as the tallest basketball player
Big news
in history takes a shot
Yeah.
in the college game. And it actually happened for a guy who's in Florida right now, playing for a Florida basketball team. We'll be right back. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also, good looking. Because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. Welcome back to News 6 Tonight. Matt Austin here, joined by community correspondent Jarrell Baker. And Jarrell, we had some interesting news today from the Gator Nation.
Some big news coming from the Gator Nation. Now, Thursday night, a man who is 7'9". I mean, Shaq is 7'1". This is 8 inches taller than that.
Yeah.
Olivier Ruse entered the game and became the tallest player to ever play in college basketball. He made his debut during a victory over North Florida for University of Florida, by the way. Now, he's only 19 years old, a freshman from Canada, and he is the world's tallest teenager. I mean, when I was 19, I don't even think I was 6 foot at that point. So yes,
Really? You were still growing at
I was
19?
still growing. Clearly not.
I was fully cooked by like 13. I think I was this tall. Let's take a look at when he entered that game.
Yeah.
Has just taken the shirt off, and he's getting set to not only enter this game, but break the record
Fans just
officially
route.
for tallest basketball player. This is his
Oh yeah, there he is.
Oh,
Olivier
yeah.
Ruse,
Big
7'9",
fella.
freshman center.
Yeah, that's even taller than Wemby. Yeah.
Yeah,
Victor
what's
Wemby-
Wemby,
yeah,
7'4"?
I think he's 7'4", 7'5". So this guy is a few inches taller than that. I mean, man, I feel like if you have that type of height, you can't be working a desk job. Use your gifts for something like basketball, something where tall people do.
Absolutely, because you're not going to fit into many desk jobs.
There you go. Exactly.
That's not going to happen. And he's so tall. Last year, when they won the national championship, he was able to cut the nets down.
Oh wow!
Without a ladder.
Oh man!
Just stood
stood
raised
straight
his
up and
hand
just cut it right
he
there.
Can dunk without even
Oh my gosh.
jumping in the air, which is
Just like ridiculous.
pretty cool stuff.
That's cool. That's
you
cool.
were dunking tonight, Jarrell Baker. Nice job. Thank you for joining me on News 6 tonight. We hope you have an amazing weekend. Ginger and I will be back right here on this set coming up on Monday. Have yourself a great one. Thanks for watching News 6 tonight.